Good day, guys, and welcome to our penultimate episode of Soul Inspiration by Annadel Center. Today we have with us Miss Bettenia Jackson, luxury realtor here in Preston Hollow in Dallas, Texas. We want to say a big thank you for letting us into your home and into your personal space today. We're going to be all up in your business, so hope you're ready.
This is my business, so yeah, I'm ready.
Amen to that, man. Thank you very much. How you doing today, by the way?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great, Thank you
Yes.
for letting us into this personal space again. I see you have some beautiful shoes. I'm a foot and ankle surgeon, so I'm always looking down and looking at people's feet, as you know. So
Yes.
I feel like I can tell your story based on the way your foot looks, and tell a little bit of a story of where you're going, where you're coming from, based on your shoe collection. So if you don't mind, let's talk about your shoe collections.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, just real quick, let's just take a look around. First off, this closet, did you help design this closet? Did you help pick out any of the furnishings in here? How'd you get the shoes organized? It looks really, really good.
Thank you for saying that they look organized,
It does.
because I don't believe they look organized
Oh, wow.
at all.
That's levels to this, yeah. That's levels to this, yes.
So I bought some of the additional furniture that's here just
Mhm.
for getting all the shoes in, so that when I'm getting dressed, I can see them. So it's important for me to be able to visualize what I can see, so I can put an outfit together.
Beautiful,
So
beautiful. If you were to guess, how many pair of shoes you think you got in here?
I
Come on.
told somebody that I didn't have 20, and I stopped counting at 30.
I mean, there's at least
So, yeah.
30 right there. So
Yeah.
definitely more than 100, you think?
I
Maybe.
hope not. I hope not.
Why? There's nothing wrong with shoes. I mean, we shoe people, man. So let's show off the shoes, man. Definitely let's
Yes.
show off the shoes. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So just real quick, what was the last pair of shoes you bought? If you can show us, the newest pair of the last pair of shoes you
The
bought.
newest pair would be these boots right here.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about those shoes.
I just thought that they were fun, right?
Okay.
And they have like a lot of personality.
Okay.
The problem with them being fun and a lot of personality is that I don't know what to wear with them.
I feel like you can only wear jeans with them, but blue jeans, that is.
Maybe, right? Or can I wear like all black and then
True
just be
that.
like the statement piece?
I mean, black goes with anything, so
It-
that would work.
It could. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
still figuring it out. But
Okay.
it was too fun to pass out, and they kept selling out of them. So I was
Yeah.
like, when I saw they had my size, I grabbed my pair.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Are these more formal type shoes, or going out shoes? How would you
This
describe
is
them?
definitely going out.
Okay.
Maybe like something fun, like a concert. One of
Okay.
my favorite pastimes is going to concerts.
Okay.
So they're comfortable enough where I can put them on with the concert, but fun enough where I can be like trendy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Let's see what else you got in here.
All right.
What would you say are the oldest pair of shoes you have in here, and why do you still have them? Is the
Ooh.
question. Yes.
The oldest pair would be, I would say these
Okay.
right here.
But how old you think they are?
Oh my gosh.
Man, they look a little worn out. I
At
guess.
least, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed.
It's so
a little
good.
bit.
Nah, don't be embarrassed. We're real over here, man.
At least 15 years, maybe.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I bought them to go to my brother's wedding. Yeah,
Nice. So they have a little bit of a sentimental value.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had his wedding on a boat, and so I wanted
Nice.
to wear like a little kitten heel,
Okay.
and it went perfectly with my I had on like a little pale pink sequin dress. So,
Right.
yeah.
I'm still learning, man. She said kitten heel. I mean, y'all
Yeah.
know what a kitten heel is? Because I don't know, man. I got to find out from y'all. What is a kitten heel?
A shorter heel.
Okay,
here.
I got you.
Yeah.
How many inches would you say that is? At least 3 to 4 inches, maybe?
No,
No?
not quite.
Not
I would
quite?
say about 2, maybe 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very, very short in comparison to like some of my higher heels.
True
in here.
that. True
So I
that.
need to balance myself on the boat. So that's why I got these.
Okay.
Mhm.
I definitely see you have a number of high heel shoes here. So let's talk a little bit about that. Because,
Okay.
my patients ask me about that a lot. And
Uh-huh.
I'm always interested to know, how early did you start wearing heels? Did you have to learn or practice wearing heels? How does that work with females, man? Talk
Okay.
to me.
So my first pair of high heels, I remember,
Yep.
it was my senior night in high school.
Okay.
So we all had to dress alike. And so all the female had
Yeah.
to wear gold shoes. And I wore these shoes and
Yeah.
I was, oh my gosh, I was so tiny. I think I was like a
Wow.
size 4 at the time.
Wow.
So I'm wobbling.
Wobbly,
in these.
yes.
They had to be like 4-inch heels. My
Yep.
first time wearing them in the school gymnasium.
Wow.
So I almost fell a couple of times.
Yeah. Y'all remember that video on YouTube? I actually posted this many, many years ago. There was a girl on a graduation trying to walk down, graduation, and she had some stilettos on and she totally rolled her ankle and fell down. Was that kind of you right there? I mean, it didn't happen.
I
right?
could have been her.
You could have been her. Okay.
Could have been
You
me.
could have been, how you're famous. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Very, very good. Very
yes.
good. All right, let's see what else you got here. One pair of shoes you would most likely want to give away, and why?
Ooh, it would be these.
Okay.
They're so fun.
Yeah, but they look uncomfortable, man. Talk to me.
They hurt.
Yes.
Like, by the time I make it to my car, I'm ready to take these off.
Wow.
But they're so cute. They're so fun.
Okay.
They sparkle. So I tell my goddaughter, every girl deserves to sparkle.
Okay.
So you'll always see like something sparkly on me if I'm going out. Now at work, you won't see it at all. But typically if I'm going out, I'm going to sparkle.
Like to what kind of place? Like where would you wear this to? Formal? Would this be like with a formal dress, or would it be?
No, I can go out to dinner with friends.
Okay.
You can throw this on with jeans. You can throw it on with a dress. It's multifunctional, right? But I'm going to strap up the heels. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know she was a Fashion Nova, but it says Fashion Nova right there. She's a fashionista, so she can educate us a little bit.
So Fashion Nova is you don't pay that much for it, but it's more like fast fashion.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all getting free advertising over here. This ain't gonna last too long. When we blow up, no more name branding, man. I love it. Okay. Any shoes in here with like a lot of sentimental value, like you could never get rid of?
Yeah. So these are a little dirty. Okay. Right.
That's fine. It means you've been using them. So
yeah. Well, I've only worn these one time.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I am in a sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated,
AKA
and
Vice President. I hope you're watching.
And one of my sorors passed away tragically.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So she's one of my really good friends, and sorry. And so we have to wear, anytime we bury one of our sorority sisters, it's a ceremony called IVB on the wall. Okay. And so we have to wear uninterrupted white.
Wow. Okay.
And so I had to wear a white suit, white pantyhose, of course, and white shoes. So
makes sense.
That's why I would never get rid of these.
Makes sense. Okay. I love that story, and we'll talk a little bit about your journey, and hopefully, some of the things that have inspired you to get where you are today. But we certainly want to say a prayer for her family, and we believe she's in heaven right now.
Yes, absolutely. She definitely is. Yeah.
Beautiful. And any other shoes you want to highlight? I mean, I see you got couple of Chuck Taylors over here and a couple of the Converses. What's the deal with those? Yeah, you got more than a couple, man. Yeah. We'll show you guys later. Tell me a little bit about the Converse. What's your affinity to Converse?
They're comfortable, they're casual, they're fun, they're funky. Yep. Even if I have on a dress, I can throw on a pair of Chuck Taylors, and it's a conversation piece.
I'm gonna reach out over here. I don't want to be ghetto, but I like this color. I don't think I've ever seen this before.
You hadn't? Yeah.
Nah. What is this, like a purple?
It's
pinkish, purplish.
I would say like I don't know, like a plum.
Plum. Only the ladies will know that, man. I would never think to say plum is a color. You know what I'm saying? I would say purple or pink, but I like it. How long you had these?
Man, I've had those about 5 years. Okay. I know exactly 5 years. Okay. But my favorite pair of Chuck Taylors, if you can reach up and grab these for me.
Oh, yep.
Right
the
there.
gold ones right there?
Yep, the gold ones.
Yes, let's take a look at these, guys. Let's take a look at these, man. These are definitely some nice ones.
So these are custom.
Wow.
And I got these made for my 40th birthday party.
Look at that.
I'm telling my age here.
Don't date yourself, guys. She's available, by the way. I love it.
So I had a Chuck Taylor theme party for my 40th birthday party.
Awesome.
So everybody had to dress up, but you had to come with your favorite pair of Chucks.
Wow. I ain't got no invitation for that, so I feel some kind of way. But it's all good, though.
Don't call me out.
It's all good, though.
Not on camera. We'll talk about it later.
Tell me about that. How does somebody get custom Chuck Taylors, man? You got to know somebody, or
you go online. It's the same price. Okay. You get to choose everything. I chose everything from the lip.
Look at that.
The little holes here that you put your shoestrings in.
Can y'all see that? I mean, she literally designed these shoes right here. So, not only is she a luxury realtor, she's also a shoe designer. So, ladies, if y'all need help, you got to holler at Bettenia, man. She'll hook you up for sure. I like these, man.
Yeah, and like I told my goddaughter, every girl deserves to sparkle, so they had to sparkle.
So what color is this? Because
this is rose gold.
Rose gold.
This is the pale gold here, and of course, like with white. So one of my favorite accessories is going to be gold. I'm always going to have gold versus silver or. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm going to try to put these back for you.
Okay.
You know what? We're just going to put them down here.
Yeah, just put them right down
here. Let's talk a little bit more, about your journey and how you got here. I mean, a lot of athletic shoes here. I see a lot of Nikes, a lot of You gain a lot of converts. There's certainly something going on with the converts.
Yeah.
But we said a little bit in your introduction that you are, a realtor. And how long have you been a realtor?
I've been a realtor since 2020 is when I got licensed. Okay. So yeah, so almost 4 years now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If a young Tina, in Louisville, Kentucky, 4 years old, was watching this video and wanted to be a realtor tomorrow, how does somebody become a realtor?
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's not as easy as people think it is, right? You have to, I say, pray over it first, right? Okay. See if that's where God is leading. If that's where God is leading you to do. Absolutely. And then after that, you have to be determined. It won't come to you. Quit watching everything that's on TV. Okay. I work really hard. Okay. And I fall asleep with my computer in my lap often. So yeah.
So a lot of behind the scenes work and research that goes into it.
It's
not the overnight stuff you see on Netflix and on YouTube.
No.
Okay.
No.
Now, do you feel like this profession is a calling? Do you feel like God kind of called you into this profession, or did you feel like you stumbled into it?
No, I definitely didn't stumble into it. Okay. He's been calling me to it. So, back before 2008. Anybody remember the 2008 mortgage crash?
Housing crisis. I remember that for sure. Yes.
Yeah, I was part of that. So I used to be in the mortgage industry, but he was calling me to do that before then. And so, but I needed to eat, right? Nobody was making money in real estate.
True that.
So I went over into medical sales, and so, which is how I met you.
True that. Long time ago, yes.
So yeah. And then I came back. So I kept praying about it. And I came back. So beautiful. I'm here.
Beautiful.
And I had a lot of people that prayed for me, prayed over me, and believed in me. So that's why I'm a successful top producing agent in the office.
I can testify to that for sure.
Top 10 in my office. So.
Amen to that. Success doesn't come easily, like you said, right? There's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Can you tell our audience about some of the challenges you've had to deal with, in the real estate game, for example? I mean, we're in Dallas. There's a lot here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a booming market, but I'm sure there's a lot of competition too. What are some of the difficulties you've had to navigate through, and how did you, deal with that?
I would say one of the biggest challenges would be, I for so long I've called on business owners, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And it's been more of a transaction, just being in sales. I've been in sales, and it's been a while since I've had to be in somebody's space,
right?
Be in somebody's personal business, understanding and just, putting into picture for myself.
Right.
That when I'm selling real estate, it's just not a piece of property, it's not a piece of land. You are handling somebody's family, you're handling somebody's future, you're handling somebody's investment. So you have to make sure that you do that with great integrity and with care, and with love too. So yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I know, being in the luxury real estate game like you are, you probably have to do a lot of showings.
I do.
I do. As a female, especially a Black female, who is by yourself a lot, if you're having to show a house, for example, to a random guy, a random stranger, and they want to meet you at a random spot at night, what are some of, for the young people out there, what are some of the things you have to watch out for?
I'm probably not gonna do it.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
My mom has one child, so I have to make sure that I live.
She's a golden child, y'all.
Yeah, that's it. I have to make sure I survive this thing out as long as possible. Amen. Nobody's taking me out.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so I won't do it. So I make sure that I vet people out first.
Okay.
If it's somebody that was referred to me, then of course I'm going to trust that person.
Absolutely.
So I'll go meet that person.
Absolutely.
But those are the things you have to look for. I fired clients before because some clients are inappropriate.
Harass you when they're inappropriate? Wow. So that commission is not worth being harassed, definitely not.
Not at all. Not at all. Yep. And even and I take different safety classes too. If it's someone that I don't know, because oftentimes I will meet people at the office.
Absolutely.
I mean, not at the office, at the house.
Right.
And so I'll open the door and I'll let them go ahead of me. And sometimes I'll just stand outside. But I won't make them feel uncomfortable. I'll say, hey, it's a house that you're potentially buying. Let me let you go in and explore yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
But really,
no compromise here. That's the theme, right?
Yeah.
It's not one of those where you do what you got to do. There's some boundaries that you just don't cross, and integrity is what she talked about. Let's talk a little bit about your faith. Faith. A lot of people say I'm where I'm at based on fate. Fate. It just happened, or it was meant to be, or the universe. As a Christian, we don't believe in that. We believe that God kind of has a good and perfect will for our life. Where do you think your faith plays into where you are today and some of the struggles you've overcome in the past?
It plays into everyday life. I grew up in the church. Actually, my granddad was a pastor. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that. Okay, where at?
In Mississippi.
Okay.
In Mississippi.
Beautiful.
So I was one of those kids who went to church to Sunday school.
Yeah.
I went to church.
Okay.
And then went to the evening service too.
Y'all don't know about the evening service, man. I had a PK also. Morning service. Wait, hold on. Sunday school first. And then morning service, then afternoon service, and then evening service. And you had to be there for all of them.
You had to be there for all of them. And behave.
And behave.
Because
they're watching you.
All your family watching you.
Hold on. Did you grow up Baptist?
I did.
Okay. So that's how I know about this, man. I grew up in a Baptist church, and I know all about this life. But go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. So, so I have a praying family, right?
Beautiful.
So I grew up praying. I think I was I was a young girl when I first got baptized, right? And I asked my granddad, I can't believe I asked him this, because my granddad, best granddad in the whole wide world, I actually bought him plaques and hats that said that.
Wow.
So one day we were riding in the car, and this was during Vacation Bible School.
VBS, I know all about that, yes.
Yeah. And I said, Granddad, if I get baptized, are you going to give me some money? He used to always.
Transactional, okay.
I was full.
That's where the sales came. Young, early.
And he said, well, baby, no.
Okay.
I remember he and my grandmother were riding in the front of the car, and I was sitting in the back.
Yep.
And he said, no, you need to get baptized because you believe Jesus is your Lord and Savior.
Yes.
No other reason should you be getting baptized.
Amen to that.
And so afterwards, my grandmother talked to me about it later. And later that week, of course, it was on my mind. God put it on my mind and my heart to give my life to Christ. And I did. And so, it plays a very big part.
That's beautiful. Now, in the luxury real estate game, there are going to be a lot of people that don't believe and don't have faith. Do you ever face challenges, if you are saying, certain things about, hey, based on my integrity and my faith, I'm not going to do certain things, and I'm not going to compromise here and there. Do you ever get pushback, in the real estate game, or do you feel like your faith doesn't hinder you in anything that you do?
It does. I don't necessarily verbalize it that way. So like my faith doesn't allow me to do that. I just tell people plainly, I'm real black and white.
Amen to that.
And I'm really square.
Just real.
And I'm okay with being square, but I just tell people like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with that. And that's not the way I roll.
Right.
But at the end of it, it's because God doesn't convict me or he convicts me to not do things that are bad.
Absolutely.
Right. So if it's not going to fit right with my integrity, I just can't do it. And it doesn't sit right in my soul, which tells me the Holy Spirit tells me not to be moving in that direction.
Beautiful. I'm a strong believer that, you don't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. And, we know Christ is the foundation. We believe that, Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God. But he also places mentors in our life. And I think, a lot of people that come out here and say I'm self-made, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing at all.
God is in the background, and he gives us people that shows us the way. There's nothing new under the sun. Who are some mentors that have, influenced you in your life, whether it's your parents or at work or whatever, and how did they do that?
Oh my goodness, I have so many mentors, that have walked with me throughout life. Of course, with my mom, right? My grandmother plays a really big influence. Before you came in this closet, you probably saw a big picture of her.
Saw lots of pictures.
Yeah, and that's my girl. That's my girl. So I had actually, when I first moved to Dallas, I'll tell you a funny story. Her name is Mrs. Frances McGill. I met her through. I went up for prayer at church. Okay. And I was going through a difficult time at the time. And so someone said, I want to introduce you to Miss Frances McGill.
Wow.
And so even though she was a Delta, y'all heard me say it.
She said it. She said it.
Yeah.
Well, with Christ, all things are possible.
Yeah. So, but anyway, she mentored me, walked with me, would call me, check on me all the time. And actually, oftentimes, because she was older, she was retired, she would say, hey, baby, I need you to come over here real quick and look at my computer.
I love it.
And set this up for me. Something's going on.
Yes.
It wasn't about that.
It wasn't about that.
She really took me to her prayer room so she can pray over me and talk to me and mentor me.
Beautiful.
So yeah, she passed on actually about 2 years ago now.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
sorry to hear
yeah.
But again, we're not unbelievers who mourn without hope. We know exactly where she is, sitting at the right hand of God.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that.
No doubt about that.
Love it.
No doubt about that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
She journaled every day.
Yeah.
To Christ. So no doubt about where she is. Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Anything else, we need to talk about as far as the shoe game over here? I mean, around the house, are we allowed to wear shoes in your house?
Absolutely not.
Okay, she said that. And if you want to look down here, we had to take our shoes off before we got in the house. What's your reasoning for that? So for some people, it's all about feng shui. I don't even know how to say that word. And it's religious or whatever. For you, what's the main reason why we got to take our shoes off?
So,
like real talk.
Anybody that knows me, I don't like germs, bacteria, none of that.
She's a neat freak, yes.
So if you're outside, just picture this, right?
Picture this, yes.
You're walking around.
Yeah.
You're probably walking around in urine and manure.
Oh, I know. She said that.
Yeah. So when I get in my bed at night, if I'm walking around barefoot, I'm taking that same energy. If you're walking in my house with your shoes on, and I'm putting manure and urine in my bed.
Yikes.
It ain't gonna happen.
Doesn't sound too sexy, no.
Yeah, no. So it's a no-go.
It's a no-no.
I even told my grandmother that, and she was like, "Wait a minute, who are you talking to?" Grandmama, follow me.
That was gonna be my next question, man. Right? So we got some elders, that when they come in your house, they don't want to take their shoes off. How do you handle that, man? Real talk. They're like, "Nah, I ain't taking my shoes off." Can they come in?
Yeah.
You just, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, I got spankings from my grandma and my mama. So
I got spankings, so I know all about that life, right? Yes, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest it.
Right.
And most times she will.
Yeah.
But I think the last time she was here, she didn't.
She did, okay.
And I said, okay, let's just go ahead and Lysol and clean it up.
Clean it up, right. Okay. I'm going to get a little more personal along those lines. Say you had a guy that you really liked. You guys were dating. But he ain't believe in taking shoes off. Like he was just real uncomfortable with feet. And he wanted to wear shoes in the house. And shoes on your couch. Is that a deal breaker?
We ain't together.
We ain't together.
You heard it here. That's a deal breaker.
Said that. Fellas, pay attention, man. You want to get a good whip, but take them shoes off, man. At the door, okay? Total deal breaker.
That's a total deal breaker.
Beautiful. Well, we want to just say a big thanks to Miss Bettenia Jackson for letting us into her home today. On behalf of, Soul Inspiration and Annadale Center, we want to say a big thank you to you. Thank you to our production and our director, Andrew Hernandez. Shout out to you guys, and shout out to Luxury Realtor over here. She's always going to hook you up. You need a house in DFW, you need a house in, any of the nicer areas here. Look up Bettenia Jackson. We're going to put all her handles, on the social media page and on the YouTube. Again, thank you very much. God bless. And we look forward to catching you guys on the next episode.